You have lived through thousands of days you will never remember. Your first smile, your first laugh, your first steps, your first word. For the people around you, those moments became unforgettable. For you, they almost completely disappeared. Ask almost anyone about their earliest memory. Most will struggle to remember anything before the age of 3. Many cannot remember anything before 4. Some remember only scattered flashes, a birthday cake, a family pet, a bright red toy. Everything before that feels like darkness. It is one of the strangest facts about being human. The years that shape us the most are the years we can barely recall. For centuries, people searched for an explanation. Sigmund Freud believed early memories were hidden because they were psychologically repressed. Painful experiences, he argued, were buried deep inside the unconscious mind. It was an influential idea. But modern neuroscience paints a very different picture. The truth is not that your childhood memories were erased. Many of them were never stored the way adult memories are stored. Your baby brain simply worked differently. This phenomenon has a name: infantile amnesia. Despite the name, it is not a disease. It happens to almost everyone. The question is, why? The answer begins before you were even born. Long before your first birthday, your brain was growing at an astonishing speed. At birth, a baby's brain is only about 1/4 of its adult size. By age 2, it has already reached roughly 80%. Few organs in the human body develop this quickly. Every second, millions of new neural connections are forming. Entire networks are wiring themselves together. Your brain is building the machinery that will one day become your thoughts, your language, your personality, your memories. But there's a problem. Imagine trying to write a permanent diary while someone keeps rebuilding the shelves where the diary is stored. That is essentially what your brain was doing. The brain region most important for forming long-term episodic memories is called the hippocampus. It sits deep inside the brain, curved like a tiny seahorse. Its name even comes from the Greek word for seahorse. The hippocampus acts like a librarian. Each day, it helps organize experiences into memories that can be found later. But during infancy, the hippocampus is still under construction. New neurons are being created at an incredible rate. Researchers call this process neurogenesis. For many years, scientists believed adults could never grow new brain cells. That assumption turned out to be wrong. Adults do produce some new neurons, but babies produce vastly more. In fact, some neuroscientists believe this constant rebuilding may interfere with stable memory storage. Imagine trying to write your address in wet cement. Before it dries, someone smooths the surface and pours fresh concrete. The information was there, but the structure changed before it became permanent. Animal studies have provided intriguing evidence for this idea. Research by Dr. Paul Franklin and Dr. Sheena Jocelyn found that increased neurogenesis in young mice was associated with faster forgetting of early memories. As brain growth slowed, memory retention improved. Human brains are far more complex than mouse brains, but the findings offer an important clue. Growth itself may come with a cost. Another piece of the puzzle is language. Think about your earliest clear memory. There's a good chance you can describe it using words. You know who was there, where it happened, what happened first, and what happened next. Language gives memories structure. It turns experiences into stories. Babies do not yet have that ability. They experience the world. They learn from it, but they cannot easily organize those experiences into the narrative memories adults later retrieve. Psychologist Endel Tulving made an important distinction between different kinds of memory. Not all memories are the same. There's procedural memory, knowing how to do something, like walking or riding a bicycle. There's semantic memory, general knowledge about the world. And there is episodic memory. the ability to mentally travel back into a specific moment from your own life. Infantile amnesia mainly affects episodic memory. That explains something fascinating. You probably can't remember learning to walk, but you still know how to walk. You can't remember learning your first language, yet you speak it effortlessly. The learning remained, even after the memories faded. This tells us something extraordinary. Memory and learning are not identical. You can lose one without losing the other. Researchers such as Professor Patricia Bauer have spent decades studying how children's memories develop. Her work suggests that young children are capable of forming memories, but those memories are less likely to remain accessible over many years. Some early memories survive for a while, then gradually disappear as the brain continues developing. This also explains why your earliest memory often changes over time. You may believe you remember a birthday party or a holiday, but sometimes the memory comes from photographs, family stories, or videos you have seen repeatedly. For your brain quietly fills in the missing details. Over time, the story begins to feel like your own memory. Psychologists call this source monitoring. Your brain remembers the information, but forgets where it came from. Memory is not a recording. It's a reconstruction. Every time you remember something, your brain rebuilds it, sometimes accurately, sometimes not. Perhaps the strangest discovery of all is that babies remember far more than we once believed. They recognize faces, learn voices, detect patterns, understand routines, even before they can speak. Experiments show that infants can remember experiences for days, weeks, and eventually months, depending on their age. The memories exist, they simply don't survive in the same form into adulthood. Perhaps they were never meant to. Imagine remembering every diaper change, every bottle, every afternoon nap, every single crawl across the living room floor. Your mind would become overwhelmed. Instead, your brain keeps something more valuable: the lessons, the patterns, the skills. It quietly throws away the details. In many ways, your childhood was not forgotten. It became you. The sounds you learned, the faces that made you feel safe, the voices that comforted you, the habits that shaped your emotions, the people who taught you trust. Those experiences still exist, not as stories you can replay, but as the invisible architecture of your mind. Perhaps that's why the first years of life matter so much, not because you will remember them, but because they will remember you. Every decision your growing brain made, every connection it strengthened, every lesson it quietly learned, still echoes through every moment of your adult life. Your earliest years did not disappear. They became the foundation upon which every future memory would be built. Perhaps the greatest mystery is this: the most important chapter of your life is the one you will never be able to read. So the next time you notice this happening, remember, it's not random. It's another clue about how the human mind and the long story of our evolution made us who we are. If you enjoyed exploring this question, there's a whole collection of strange, everyday mysteries waiting for you here on What Made Us. Watch the next video to keep uncovering the hidden reasons behind the world around us. Until next time, stay curious.